You know, it's pretty amazing what you can learn by just looking at one single day on Earth. What if I told you that by piecing together headlines from around the world, all from the exact same 24-hour period, a really fascinating story emerges about our relationship with animals? Let's see what that story is. Okay, so let's set the scene. The date is January 8th, 2026. For most of us, it was probably just another Tuesday. You know, people went to work, planes took off, life went on. Seemed like nothing out of the ordinary at all.
But that's where things get interesting. Because if you zoom in and look just at the news related to animals from that one day, a truly remarkable story starts to take shape. It's a story about changing laws, incredible new technology, and our own shifting perspectives. So, what was going on? Our first chapter starts up in the air, inside an airplane where the very definition of family was being challenged, and honestly redefined.
And it all starts with this one number: 30 kilograms. That's about 66 pounds, by the way. In Italy, on this very day, a new law kicked in that raised the weight limit for dogs allowed to fly in the cabin from just 10 kilos all the way up to 30. Now, this is a huge deal, and it's not just about bigger dogs getting to fly. It's about a fundamental shift in thinking. We're moving away from treating our pets like, well, luggage that gets stowed away in the cargo hold, and we're starting to treat them like passengers, like members of the family who deserve a seat right there with us. I mean, Italy's own Minister of Transport called it a victory for civilization. Wow. And think about this. It's not just some feel-good law. This could literally save the lives of certain breeds, like bulldogs, that have trouble breathing and are super vulnerable to the conditions down in the cargo hold. So yeah, a massive win. And you know, this growing respect for animals as individuals, it goes way deeper than just where they sit on a plane. It's also about their own bodies, their own physical well-being. At the very same time, halfway across the world in the country of Georgia, another incredible law was making headlines. As of January 2026, pretty much all non-medical, purely cosmetic surgeries on pets, things like ear cropping, tail docking, even declawing, are now banned. You can really see the legal thinking shifting from just managing animals to actively protecting their rights and their welfare. Okay, so we've got new laws treating animals more like family. That's awesome. But what happens when a member of that family gets lost? Well, our next chapter shows how some seriously cutting-edge technology is stepping in to save the day. Let me tell you about Abby. She's a 9-year-old dog who wandered off at a rest stop in the US. She was lost for hours in a really dense forest, but her rescue came from above, from an AI-powered drone. Using thermal imaging, this drone scanned over 40 kilometers of forest, picked up her unique heat signature, and led the rescue team right to her. And get this, Abby was the 123rd dog this amazing team has saved using this exact same tech. Incredible. So far, our story has been all about our pets at home, right? But on this same day, that circle of compassion was getting a lot bigger, expanding to protect wild animals who are so often caught up in the global pet trade. Over in the United Arab Emirates, they were rolling out a massive overhaul of their animal protection laws. We're talking about replacing a system that was, get this, 45 years old. The new system uses digital tracking, including these amazing things called Falcon passports, and integrated quarantine systems at the borders. The goal is super clear: use modern tech to put a stop to the illegal trade of endangered species. All right, so we've seen legal changes, we've seen amazing tech, but this last chapter of our story from January 8th, this one might really make you think. It challenges the whole idea of what a pet even is. Turns out, January 8th is also National Snuggle a Chicken Day. Yeah, you heard me right. And before you laugh, the idea behind it is actually pretty amazing. It's an event created to get us to see chickens not just as livestock, but as intelligent, social animals that can actually recognize human faces and form real bonds. So why does something like this matter? Well, it's all about pushing us to question our own assumptions, right? It connects to these bigger movements like urban farming, and it advocates for the welfare of all animals, not just the fluffy ones we're used to. It's simply asking us to rethink what companionship can be. So we've bounced all over the globe: Italy, Georgia, the US, the UAE, and even into our own backyards. When you put it all together, what does the story of this one single day really tell us? I mean, think about it. On one totally random day,
We were flying with our dogs like family. We were finding our lost pets with AI-powered drones. We were protecting endangered falcons with digital laws. We were respecting animal bodies by banning cruel surgeries. And we were even rethinking who gets to be called a companion in the first place.
And here's the thing that gets me. All of that happened in just 24 hours. It really points to this powerful, global shift towards a more compassionate, more integrated relationship with the animals who share our planet. So it really makes you wonder, right? If this is the story from just one day, what amazing story is tomorrow going to tell?